Okay, so first of all, what's the frame problem? Now I'm going to shift gears and we're going to move into cognitive science. Okay, so we're trying to build artificial agents. Now, everything behaves. An agent is something that can determine the consequences of its behavior and then alter its behavior in order to achieve different goals, different consequences. That's not all an agent is. I'm just saying that's a necessary criterion. Agent has to be able to determine the consequences of its own behavior and alter its behavior accordingly. Okay, so we want to make a robot do a very basic thing. We want to make it find an energy source. You do this, it's called food. And then we want it to take it somewhere else. You do this too. You typically do not eat your food where you first come across it. It's considered really gross. Imagine if you're in the supermarket, you just, okay? And what we do is, right, we take it to a safe place where we're free from predators and we combine together as primates so we can fight off the predators and stuff like that. And you call it dinner. Okay, so, right? So this is a very basic problem we give to a robot. There's a wagon, and there's a battery on that wagon, and it has to take the battery somewhere where it can plug into the battery as its energy source. But we're going to make it a problem. We're going to put a lit bomb on that wagon. So we send the robot in. This is from Daniel Dennett, the current cognitive scientist, philosopher. And the robot grabs the wagon and pulls it. It pulls it because it wants the battery to come along. That's its intended effect. There's an unintended side effect, which is what? The bomb comes along. The bomb goes off. Destroys the robot. And we go, oh, stupid us. We should make the robot not only determine the intended effects of its action, but also all the side effects, because the side effects could be relevant. So we make a better robot. We put it in this situation, right? And it comes up, and it grabs the handle, and then it just sits there calculating and calculating, and then the bomb goes off. And we go, what's going on? We put a little black box in. Well, it was doing what we instructed it to do. It was calculating not only the intended effect, the battery comes along, but all unintended side effects. The right front wheel is going through more than 30 degrees of arc. So is the left front wheel. So is the back left wheel, back right wheel. The angle of the wagon with respect to the robot is altering slightly. There's grass underneath that's being indented. The air around the wagon is being distorted. The wagon's position with respect to Mars is slightly altered. How many unintended side effects are there? Astronomically vast. Here's the frame problem. How do you get the robot to zero in on just the relevant side effects? Because nature doesn't come labeled. And this is what you can't do. You can't check each one and see if it's relevant or not, because that will take you the rest of the history of the universe. How do you zero in on the relevant information? You're doing it right now. Think about all the things you could be paying attention to, and all the combinations. You could be paying attention to that spot there, and then that, or that spot and there, or that spot and that spot. It's combinatorially explosive. It's more than the number of particles in the universe. Well, what do you pay attention to? Well, I pay attention to what's most obvious. Well, obviousness is not a physical property. So a physicist comes in, oh, 17 grams of obviousness. That's not the answer. The answer is explaining to me how your brain generates a sense of obviousness such that you are a general problem solver, such that you can solve a wide variety of problems in a wide variety of domains. You can learn about swimming. You can learn about the Australian government. You can learn about somebody's favorite color. Like, you can learn to play tennis. We have no machines that are close to that. We have machines that can beat us in Go. Yeah, then challenge it to a swimming match. It'll fail utterly. I'm not demeaning these successes. They're real and they're important. Pay attention to it. Autonomous AI is coming, and it's going to have more of an impact than the Industrial Revolution. But